Residents of BC's south coast are feeling shaken up after an earthquake struck overnight. It wasn't the big one, but the 4.8 magnitude quake was felt in Victoria and Vancouver. So far, no damages have been reported. Lisa Helps is the mayor of Victoria. She says this should serve as a reminder to be prepared.
I think the most important thing to stress at this point is for every person, every family, every neighborhood to put together an earthquake kit. You know, in my backyard, I immediately thought, okay, I've got 10 days of food, worm clothes, water. I've got everything I need, and it's really important for everyone to take that seriously.
With more now, here's the CBC's Camille Karamali.
It struck about 20 minutes before midnight. The earthquake's epicenter was 20 kilometers north of Victoria and 42 kilometers deep. There have been no injuries reported so far, just plenty of scared residents.
At first, I thought this was it. This is going to be the one. It was a real strong shake, like somebody had fallen through the ceiling.
The house just felt like someone literally took the ground and shook the foundation, and the house went with it side to side, and it was a really violent jolt.
Some people even ran outside their homes in fear of an aftershock. BC Hydro says the power should remain up and running tonight. Meanwhile, Vancouver's SkyTrain shut down temporarily as crews check for any damage to the lines. CBC seismologist Joanna Wagstaff says this was a small earthquake.
So generally, the larger the earthquake, the more significant the aftershocks. A 4.8 magnitude earthquake is relatively light, even though many of us felt it across the region.
She says some aftershocks will likely come, but they will be minor. Camille Karamali, CBC News, Vancouver.
So what do you think of that? An earthquake. It really did shake that house. Woke us all up. Lasted about 12 to 15 seconds. But luckily, our house is a very light construction, and it just shook a little bit. Nothing of any major substance to collapse on us. So they're reporting no serious damage. Today I'm running an out and back on the roads, running along Torquay Drive at the moment, heading east. This is Torquay Elementary, where my neighbor's kid goes to school. I think the younger one is still at home. Bit of a crest here, coming up on the first kilometer. There is actual ice on the road. I noticed a puddle was shiny black. Not a good day to ride a bike or a motor scooter. Typically, I see at least 4 or 5 deer on this run. And because I'm planning to run for an hour as an out and back, if I do see any deer, I will probably be seeing them twice. I was curious to know roughly where I would be turning think the route that I have planned will take me as far as Wenman Drive or Wenman Avenue off Gordon Head Road. Then I will turn and head back. And that's interesting. There's a woman driving a Lexus who is looking through the recycle bins for bottles. Today is Recycle Day, and I guess with all the Christmas festivities there will be a fair number of beer and wine containers to redeem. Soft drinks are only worth 5 cents. Beer and wine, 10 cents. And there's another bottle guy. He had quite a haul.
Time, 7 minutes, 16 seconds. Distance, 1 kilometers. Workout average pace, 7 minutes, 13 seconds per kilometer.
Yep, I will improve on that. That included a very casual walk at the beginning of my run as I fired up my equipment. I'm turning onto Barry Road, which a few months ago I remember telling you guys that they'd cut down about 20 mature trees. Well, since then, they have replanted at least 20 small trees of various species, most of them being evergreens. I think the ones they took out were old Norwegian spruce. Not very attractive trees, but this replantation will be very effective. In a few years' time, they have landscaped the trees. Before they were basically all in a row, and one of the reasons they took them out was because it was following the phone line. So there was probably a lot of trouble in the winter with damage to the lines. Sumner Place. This is the top of my climb for the moment. This will be a very scenic route for me. It takes me all the way along the coastline, basically, for half an hour, and then back. I was going to make a loop out of it, but that would have involved making some bad acoustic decisions. Meaning there would be too much vehicle noise. This is about as bad as it will get for a little while on this route. To make a loop will bring me closer to Mackenzie Avenue that is 4 lanes of traffic, crosstown traffic. Excuse me. It's about 11 o'clock and I'm fresh off my porridge, so we might experience some fermentation from my belly. I was kind of curious to notice how a casual comment that I made about wanting to gain 8 pounds generated a flurry of activity in the comments section on Facebook. I think most people are in the opposite camp of wanting to lose 8 pounds. There's a combination of factors that affect my weight. 2 of them being running and beer. And possibly a little bit of laziness on my part. As you may or may not know, I only cook for myself, and that is probably 90% of what I ever eat is food that I have bought and prepared for myself. Just recently I have been eating a fair bit more than normal for me, and I believe it's more to do with the colder weather. There's a mailman. Hi there. This should be the 2-kilometer mark, just around here.
Time, 13 minutes, 26 seconds. Distance, 2 kilometers. Workout average pace, 6 minutes, 42 seconds per kilometer.
I should improve on that still, even though this is Balmacara, a very steep downhill, which I will have to do as a hike coming back. But it's okay, I might run a little over the hour, but that's all right. Tomorrow I'm running with my blind friend, Graham, which means I will have at least 50 minutes of cycling plus whatever we run together to log. I'm suspecting we'll do probably 6 or maybe 8 kilometers on his hilly neighborhood run. So lanes placed to the left and a lovely little neighborhood park, a dog walker's park to the right. The sun is warming, even with the ambient temperature being around 2 degrees. I can feel the sun on my face. There was a council worker in there, in the bushes, clearing some of the overgrowth of twigs and branches. I think they're concerned about a possible fire hazard. think in the fire prevention strategies, they call it fuel removal. I caught 2 interesting episodes from my friend Sonitus, or Sonitus, or Sonitus, however he pronounces his name. He has recently started recording in stereo. Better than that, he started recording in binaural format, which is one way or the other. You basically wear a microphone in each ear, which picks up the direction of the sound. Interesting quality. He was complaining about his new stereo recorder, but at the same time he was talking about its Wi-Fi capacity or capability, meaning that you could share directly from your recorder to your devices via Wi-Fi after you get home, I mean, unless you plan to use data. I had the same issues, but I decided just to buy a laptop with the USB port. Hello. I know it's probably not a very good business decision to invest in old technology, but I must admit I do like the MacBook Air 11-inch. I have got used to using the new programs on it, and it is way faster than my old MacBook. But you can spend $800 or $900 on a good tablet, and it still would not have
Time, 19 minutes, 32 seconds. Distance, 3 kilometers. Workout average pace, 6 minutes, 30 seconds per kilometer.
It would still not have a good interface between my voice recorder and the internet from which it derives all of its data. With the USB, you have the option of connecting to the slightly older technology of MP3 recorders and SD card readers. Hi. That's the other thing, SD card readers. I know now that with my new laptop I can pretty much use all of my equipment, plus I can record direct to Spreaker using the Spreaker app, or I can record on my phone or iPod Touch using Dropbox as my method of storage. Excuse me. I do not have the auto pause activated today, so if I stop, the clock will not stop. When I hike the hill, my pace will be quite seriously compromised. But that's not for another 40 seconds or so. I can still run this gravel path. So far, 0 deer. That is strange. Maybe the cold is keeping them in. Just up to the hydro pole, and then I hike, remembering to keep my hand at mid-chest level. Time to move my neck warmer up onto my head, onto my bandana, like a Christmas crown from a cracker. This way, my ears and neck will cool me down as I run through the breeze. This is where I recorded the other day for my submission to the Extra Mile when I spoke to a couple with a dog. This dog is giving me strange looks. Hello. I used to run this hill.
Sorry?
I used to run this hill.
All right.
Not anymore.
No.
Seems to be getting steeper every year. So is today the last day or is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Okay, you got it. Still a little further to go before I start running again. There are 4 people coming down the hill with 2 dogs, one on leash, one off leash, but they seem well behaved. Oh no, they're both on leashes. Hi. Hi. Yeah, the little dog was on one of those microfilm leashes. So those 2 female dogs just met the male dog. He was coming up the hill and they were coming down. This is about where I will start running again. Morning. This is a very affluent neighborhood. All the houses on my left have got perfect views of the Fuca Strait and the Harrow Strait. Hello. running on the Evergreen Terrace connector heading towards Gordon Head Road, where I will hang a left and run on to Wenman, where I will make my turn. I will take this recording right through to 7 kilometers. Which should be about 45 minutes of total continuous running, recording. Crossing Gordon Head Road. Actually, I think it's called Ferndale.
Time, 27 minutes. Distance, 4 kilometers. Workout average pace, 6 minutes, 44 seconds per kilometer.
Yeah, once I make the corner at the bottom of the stretch, I will be at Wenman, when I should be making my turn. Hi. Another frozen puddle. That one looked like hand-blown window glass. Yeah, I'm very surprised that I haven't seen a deer today. I can now see the sign for Wenman. Wenman Drive. And past Wenman Drive. Come on, lady. This should be it.
Halfway to your goal.
Okay. So I got as far as Arbutus Cove. And now I'm heading back. So if you haven't checked Spreaker lately, check out Steve has a new show, and I believe Ron has a new show. He unfortunately has been given doctor's orders not to run because of the stitches on his back. He is very disappointed. He won't be running a New Year's race, not until possibly the second week of January. Next reminder will be 5K. I already have 30 minutes, which will probably be 4.5K at this pace. So total run today will be about 9, and you will be sharing the first 7 with me as I started right from my door. With that, not that alarming report from the CBC, but still, my son in Kirkland claimed that he felt nothing. He's about 150 kilometers from Victoria. About 90 miles up the Puget Sound. From Victoria. So I'm getting kind of excited about my trip to Spain. It's going to be very refreshing to be able to run in 10 degree and warmer.
23 minutes, 5 seconds. Distance, 5 kilometers. Workout average pace, 6 minutes, 36 seconds per kilometer.
Evergreen Place, not Evergreen Terrace. Evergreen Terrace was where the Simpsons live, in Springfield. Hello again. Hi. So, 2 kilometers to go with you guys. Hello. I'm still using so too often, but you guys probably wouldn't have noticed if I hadn't mentioned it on my last full-length recording. It looks as if my friend Alan from Toronto will be traveling to meet up with me in Spain. Of this I am quite happy. It'll give me somebody to talk to and to interact with when I'm running and when I'm not running. I tend to be a little bit of a hermit when given the chance. But like Norman, he does not really get off on crowds. Me neither. Maybe that's why we both enjoy podcasting so much, because it is quite an, how could I say, intimate medium for communication. With the advent of the earbud, people can listen to anything they want in very good binaural stereophonic quality. I'm still dealing with, I think, mono recordings from my Sony. I'm not sure. Possibly a new, more modern version would have the Wi-Fi connection. I'll wait until the price comes down a little bit. I think Sonitus paid almost £200, which is about $400. Maybe not quite that much, maybe $300. Whereas the Sony costs about $60. Hi. Hello. Hi. Thank you. Back to the scenic view of the Harrow Straits. There was a guy with a nice looking German Shepherd. He was, the man, was drumming on his legs with a pair of authentic drumsticks. I guess he was multitasking. You can hear the waves and the water. Okay, so without the auto pause, I will push on. I'm trying to finish my run exactly on the hour. I still have a big honking great hill to hike up, but that's okay. I'll probably make up a little bit of time before then just by pushing on into my run just around the 6-kilometer mark.
Time, 39 minutes, 23 seconds. Distance, 6 kilometers. Workout average pace, 6 minutes, 33 seconds per kilometer.
6:33. Yep. That's just about what I would expect for the few walk breaks that I have taken. Hi. Saw him before. His daughter pushing the stroller. She was smiling at me. Getting back to my weight gain post, one of the problems that I didn't touch on earlier was the beer. I think I mentioned it as probably factor number 2. My beer is tasting particularly good at the moment, which tends to mean that I drink a little bit more. And getting back to the laziness bit, it is easier for me to have a beer than it is to have a bowl of soup, especially if the soup is not made. I do have a nice meal to come home to after this run. I bought some cubed pork for a stir fry. I think they were selling it as sweet and sour cubes for pork, or pork to make sweet and sour. But that would involve using bottled sauce. I don't use bottled sauce. Mine is carrot, celery, some broth from the duck carcass from Christmas that I stir-fried the meat, added the sauce from the other pan, and then ate it with a spoon. Quite delicious, and enough left over for today. And that was all from $4 worth of pork. It is a lot cheaper cooking from scratch if time is not a factor. There we go with that. Oh no, I thought it was a helicopter, but it's a truck with snow tires. Back to Lane's Park, the dog walker's park. Running past a lone, old-school, New Balance leather running shoe that goes back to the 80s. I don't think they've made leather running shoes since then. This is where the sandwich guy was clearing the brush in from the undergrowth. I was going to talk to him, but I changed my mind. No autopause. So we're just closing up this episode of the Wednesday show from the Running Jackal. Just about to start the big climb. I saw these guys before. It looks like a family of 5. That is quite a large family for Canada. Hi. Now that was probably 2 families. Come to think of it, there were 2 mothers in that group. So this is the big climb. I will run to the next tall tree, and then hike, and then say goodbye. Okay. It has almost been a perfect no sweat run. I was getting a little warm around the neck until I moved my neck warmer up onto my head. I'm sure that the next kilometer
Time, 46.
will happen
Minutes, 37.
now.
Seconds. Distance, 7 kilometers. Workout average pace, 6 minutes, 39 seconds per kilometer.
So there you go. Predicted and accomplished. Bye-bye.